Hey, we're the Massholes. We're on the West Coast. We're the West Coast Massholes. We're the Massholes on the West Coast. We were from Mass. We were holes when we're there, but we came out here and now we're West Coast Massholes. Hi,
Recording
everybody.
in progress. Leave meeting.
So why do you always
Okay.
do that? Why do you always say that when we start recording? Why do you do?
It's just my Gemini self.
You have to read everything that you see pop up on screen out loud. We're West Coast Massholes, everybody. I'm Todd Anderson. That's Josh Wingate, who's doing some kind of weird chair yoga. He's upside down. He's a West Coast Masshole. Is in New York City, making some kind of program, some kind of TV program.
I'm doing the morgue.
I'm a real West Coast Masshole. I'm still on the West Coast and auditioning for internet commercials.
Yeah, you know, we need different tiers. So I'm like here. Right? You can't wait. I'm like here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I don't know. So, but it's necessary, the world.
Wait a sec. Can I see that floor again? It looks like someone laid down linoleum and then drew on it to make it look like wood.
It's wood carpet.
It's carpet?
It's wood carpet. Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting design choice. Not one that I would have made.
It's a carpet that looks like carpet.
Wood. Yeah, but it's like cartoon wood.
It looks like you live inside a cartoon. I just watched that Roger Rabbit movie the other day, so that's why I'm thinking.
Oh, nice. That was Jessica Rabbit. I was into her.
Yeah, you have a cartoon thing. You watch them what are they called? Hentai cartoons, with the octopuses humping girls. You watch those?
What? No, apparently you do though, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait, you do. You know about that? The Japanese porno animation?
No.
With the tentacles, tentacle porn. It's like, a cartoon octopus. No?
No.
You've never heard of that?
No, I'm very disappointed in you. This is
why are you disappointed in me? I'm informed.
Because cartoons' lives matter, Todd.
What?
Cartoons' lives matter.
Wait, slow down. What do you mean? Cartoons are, they're not real.
Well, neither are you. You're just a figment of my imagination, but you demand respect.
I do not demand anything from you.
No. Other than to be harassed on Facebook.
But yeah, to be trolled on Facebook and bothered once a week on a YouTube video.
My favorite is when people try to defend you and I just tell them how we're lovers and they never respond. No one ever comes back with a response. And I'm waiting for one person to come back and just like, oh, okay, or something, but no. They all get shut down by my proclamation of our great love affair.
Well, I think many of those people who comment after you say the horrible things that you say to me on these comment threads, I think a lot of them are from other parts of the country, not Massachusetts. And they don't understand how, especially male relationships work in Massachusetts, which is basically if you have a friendship, it's about cutting each other down as much as possible.
Yeah. The worse you treat each other, the more you love each other. And
the more horrible rumors you spread about each other, the closer you become. Yeah. It's a weird culture. I'm not a fan of it, but when you grow up in it, it's impossible. Like once you run into somebody from Massachusetts and you hit it off, then that's what's going to happen. It just happens.
It's almost in the DNA. So whether you like it or not,
well, I don't know. Is it nurture or nature? It's hard to say. It may be you know, a combination of both. But I mean, I think so much of it is the way you grow up, you know, and that's the way you're taught to behave. So
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
I think it's a valuable tool set as well, especially in our industry.
really, you think
You
so?
know,
Because
yeah,
it
yeah.
makes you, it gives you a strong hide. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and then when, you know, like I'm shooting here in New York, so I got all these salty New Yorkers that are like trying to insult me all the time, and it's like you got nothing on me. You got nothing on me.
What do the New Yorkers say to you to insult you?
Oh no, you know, just like stuff like one the first AD was like, all right, because I was doing this car driving thing, so I had a radio in there that the first AD was on, and he goes, all right, everybody, just beware that all the shit you were just talking about Josh, he can hear on the radio now. So don't, so if you're gonna talk shit, don't just know, you know, just that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's funny. Like I like that. In LA, people be like, this is harassment. Calling my agent.
Well, I think that's why
No.
people don't answer you when you say weird things, because they're like, holy crap, I don't understand this. And it's because you're from Massachusetts. They don't get it.
New Yorkers get it. New Yorkers get it.
Yeah, the New
You know
Yorkers
what
have,
I what?
they get it.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what else that I noticed about shooting in New York is the difference on set of sets. Like if LA we were doing a street shoot, they'd have that shit locked down, you know, all barricaded off, and they'd have, you know, extras driving their cars, and you know, the whole kit caboodle. New York, man, it's freaking gorilla town. You just like trains going by, people walking through the shots. They don't care.
No,
It's
no.
fantastic. It's crazy. We had this guy the other night. We were shooting in Harlem, and this he starts hearing, just yelling and swearing. Walks. It is pretty cold. It was like got in the 40s. This guy is walking down right through the crew, shirtless and in shorts, screaming about something. Walked right through the set. Just kept on going, right past us, and we're like, the other actor, like, anybody gonna call cut, or like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah, and it's like there's a above ground railway there, a raised railway. It's pretty cool, you know, backdrop for shooting. But every 90 seconds to 2 minutes is a train going by. So you know, we're in the middle of takes. It's like, so instead of, you know, you're talking normal talk, you're like, hey, my dad, hey, talking about it. I'm like, they might use some of those too, because it's authentic. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
But in
Yeah, I
LA,
don't.
LA,
Yeah.
they'd have like the train on fucking pay. You know, they'd have that shit backing up. Okay, all right, and now run the train. You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I one time I was doing a commercial, and I had to dress like a giant, you know, butterfly, and they shot it in New York, you know, and it was Jim Henson's Creature Shop made the it was like a big blue butterfly.
I need to see a meme of that. We need to make a meme of this.
And I was sort of the guinea pig. They had a lot of butterfly actors, but I was the first one in the first prototype suit. So they were like, and it was like days of me putting on the suit and then poking and prodding and adjusting and all this stuff. And then they wanted to see what it looked like in the natural light. So they took me out of the building onto the streets of New York, very, you know, very crowded, surround rush hour, you know, and like everybody that went by just yelled something at me.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was all very nice. They were all very supportive of your outfit.
Yeah. Like one guy's like, what are you supposed to be, a beetle? You know, and he kept going. And then another two guys in like a garbage truck or dump truck or something, they like walk by, and one of them looks at me, he goes, ah, Jesus, and then just drop some homophobic slurs about me to his friend, like audibly in the truck, and his friend just died laughing like it was the funniest thing he ever heard. Yeah, that grown man dressed like a butterfly, he seems really gay.
Yeah, that's a little too easy. It's a little too easy, guys. But you know, they're garbage men, so they pick up the.
They didn't even go with like Mariposa or anything, which, you know,
No.
that would have made more sense. But you know, it was funny. It was very New York.
Yeah, it is very New York. That's great. Yeah, Mari gets catcalled every time she leaves here.
Oh,
And she
really?
gets like lip smacked and shit. Yeah, it's still the same. Like the streets of New York are the streets of New York, and they probably always will be.
So
And
who
it's
does the
got its own character.
catcalling? Is it like construction workers or is it just every dude? Like,
I don't know. Is it like construction workers or randos? She says both. Says like, she had a guy like lip smack at her the other day. I mean, when did that ever work for you, buddy? Tell me one time, lip smackers out there. To all our viewers, I want to know, all you lip smackers, all one of you, when did that ever result in you getting some, or
yeah,
even getting any type of reaction that was positive? Like, tell me once when that happened.
yeah. And
Viewers,
haven't these idiots seen Thelma and Louise? They do that, and Thelma and Louise are going to blow up their truck. Haven't they seen?
yeah, and women are dangerous. They'll kill you.
Yeah. Why are you fucking with that? Jesus.
Don't do that.
Stop
Yeah.
it, you guys. Stop the cat calling. You don't want your truck to get blown up. You gotta get in the convoy and go to DC to protest daylight savings time. Don't cat call. You got stuff you gotta do with your truck.
Oh, that was good. That was good. My daughter's wondering what's wrong with me. Yeah.
Is she just looking at you fascinated, or is she a little bit concerned, or just?
She's laughing. She's like giggling along. She has no idea what I'm laughing at.
Yeah,
She's just like, I'm gonna
fun.
join in the laughter. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. She loves New York. New York loves her.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What about New York? How do you like the people of New York love her? And they don't
there's a great
they don't
majority
catcall the baby. They don't catcall the baby.
The baby has not been catcalled yet.
No.
Because if that happened, I'd be like in a prison right now or jail.
Because you blew up the guy's truck.
I would have blew up the guy's truck. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's a good city. I like New York. We're going to Brooklyn today. It's gonna be fun.
Are you shooting in Brooklyn?
No. I'm shooting tomorrow and Wednesday. So we're gonna do a little family, just a short walk away, a little ferry, shoot you right over to Williamsburg. It's great.
Awesome.
Public transport in New York has it down. They have it down pat.
Do they?
Boats, trains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true. It all smells a little bit like urine, but it's
it's true.
You can get around.
Yeah, especially when it warms up past 60 and there's some humidity in the air. Oh, yeah. Forget it. The city should just like have a tax, and they'll pay for like incense to be burned on every corner.
And you know what you got to be really careful about when you're in the subways? Chuds.
Chuds?
Yeah, you know about the chud?
Chud? No, what's chud?
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. You haven't heard of chud?
Oh, cannibalistic underground dweller?
Humanoid.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they live
on. Is this from like
this...
Ninja Turtles or what? What is this from?
No, it's a movie from the 80s called Chud.
Oh, Chud.
You never
that
heard
sounds
of Chud?
Like a movie that would have been in the 80s, probably like the later 80s.
Yeah. Well, the tagline was, "They're not staying down there anymore," and the poster had a creature coming up from a manhole cover from the sewer.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should remake this.
We should. I'll do it. Could we
call it Chuds in LA?
Yeah. Why not? We'll relocate it to LA. Chuds in LA.
Yeah. Chuds in LA.
They did a sequel. They did a sequel called Chud 2 Bud the Chud, but it was bullshit. He wasn't a chud at all.
Chud 2 what?
Bud the Chud. The guy who directed that movie, Chud 2 Bud the Chud, he was a NYU professor, taught film.
So it was a satire, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a monster movie,
Yeah, but if you call it Bud the Chud, it sounds like you're trying to make like a buddy film out of a horror film.
They were trying to make a comedy, a horror comedy. Yeah. But also it's Bud the Chud is not a chud. He's not a chud. That's George Takei telling us to shut up.
So
he's
who's
not
Bud?
A chud. Bud the Chud is not a chud. It's a misnomer. He's a zombie. I think they were making a zombie comedy, and then somebody was like, "Oh, we'll call it Chud 2," because that made money when they distributed it, and it really had nothing to do with Chud. That happens sometimes, like there's Troll, the movie Trolls about trolls, and then they have Troll 2, and that they're goblins. They're not trolls. These things happen.
All right, so we should do Godfather 5 because there was 4. No, wait, there was 3. So we'll do Godfather 4. It will be about it'll be a Christian film about God the Father, and then we'll have a link to we'll put it on Indiegogo and all those campaigns, and we'll talk about how if you give to this film, it'll bring in so much God the Father into your life, and we'll make a film called Godfather 4.
And we'll at the end of it, will I get Joel Osteen's yacht at the end of the?
You'll be able to buy his yacht, and then we'll buy a bigger yacht, and we'll drown that yacht. We'll just by the wake. We'll drive by and we'll capsize that yacht.
Well, let's not buy it. Let's just capsize it while he's on it. I don't want to buy it first. If we're just going to capsize
it. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
All right, so start saving up your money for a yacht bigger than Joel Osteen's, because we've got work.
We don't need to save and we don't even have to make the movie. We just got to do the Indiegogo campaign and take all the money.
Oh, right, like that guy, that actor who did that with the Ponzi scheme, right? That guy?
Probably one of them. Yeah. So maybe we'll skip Indiegogo because they kind of like protect the people's money. Like we don't want anybody that's going to protect their money. We just want it to go directly into our thing. So
we need to find.
We'll start a campaign that talking about how Indiegogo is satanic. So all the Christians will come to us. We'll advertise on what was that free speech social media platform that everyone supposedly ran off to? They all left Facebook because Trump got kicked off, and they all started their own little.
The truth. Then
I don't know. No, there was some.
.com.
There's some fucking thing. There's some fucking.
I know what you're talking about. You mean Trump's company that he's not?
Yeah, we'll advertise in there, so we'll take those people's money. Don't you see what I'm doing here?
I like
doing something for the betterment of us and the worserment of them. Worsement's a true word too.
I'm all for worserment. And we have to say something before we leave, which is fuck you, Nazis. Oh, it's too.
Let me turn it up. Let me turn it up because you couldn't hear me.
Here, I'm you. Guess what I'm eating? Guess what I'm eating? Scheisse. All right. We'll see you next time on West Coast Massholes. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
This has been a Blursh production. Blursh.